What's going on, combat sports fans? Welcome to Joe's Madness. If you're new to the channel and you have a passion for combat sports and love MMA, punch that subscribe button and to submission. Share the video with your family and friends if you enjoyed, and make sure to slap that like button like a pimp if you enjoy this UFC 212 prediction and preview on Vitor Belfort versus Nate the Great Marquardt. This should be a very interesting and fun fight with these two veterans, the two old guys going at it. Make sure to let us know what you think down below in the comments section and if you agree with our prediction or not. So we have Vitor the Phenom Belfort coming into this with 25 wins, 13 losses, and no contest. I don't really count that as no contest. It isn't in my mind, but it is by the commission. And then Nate the Great Marquardt, he is coming into this one with 38 victories, 16 defeats, 16 losses, and 3 draws, which is pretty interesting. So let's get to the prediction, and then we'll get to why I'm going with that and some preview information. So I am going to be going with Nate the Great Marquardt to win this one by KO TKO in the first round, as I believe Vitor is going to come out here in this fight guns a-blazing. He's going to want to try to knock out Nate quick and get out of there fast, as this is his last fight on his UFC contract. He at one point was saying this was his retirement fight and that he would retire after this, but now he's turned around about face and said that he is not going to be retiring, that he's going to keep on fighting as the fire still burns within him. So it's interesting. When he said he was going to retire, I was like, yeah, I'll pick him just because he's going to retire. So, it's just like not even putting any thought into it. Just like, he's retiring, I'll pick him. I don't always do that, but I was like, yeah, he'll make sure he wins. He won't go out and get knocked out. But now that he's saying that he's not going to retire, he's probably going to go fight somewhere else after, unless the UFC signs him back, which I doubt they will. Once Nate the Great Marquardt knocks him out in Brazil, I believe that he's going to end up going and fighting in either Bellator or maybe Ryzen FF, and maybe World Series of Fighting. Probably not World Series of Fighting, but most likely Bellator will want to pick him up, and then we could see him versus Chael Sonnen and the Axe Murderer as well, with with Vanderlei Silva. That'd be pretty wild. So anyways, and then there's other possible fights too for him over there in Bellator if he doesn't stay with the UFC after this fight. I mean, he could knock out Nate, because anything can happen. As Vitor has shown us time and time again, you think he's going to lose and then he wins. But he's a different fighter since the whole the whole thing with them testing guys a lot more. So I just right now drawing a blank on what the hell that shit's called. USADA. Since USADA's come in, Vitor's been different. But so let's get into some stuff on these guys. So Vitor, the Phenom, he's got 18 wins by KO TKO. The guy has got lethal kicks and punches, or he did have lethal punches when he was younger. He's got 3 submission victories and 4 decision wins. He's got 7 losses by KO TKO. I don't consider this a no contest. I think it's bullcrap that they overturned it. He has 2 submission losses and 5 decision losses. I think that it's total crap that they gave Gaslam a 3-month suspension and overturned the fight to a no contest for smoking a little bit of cannabis, some weed. And I was like, oh, whoop-de-doo-dah. Did it hurt anybody? No, it didn't. If anything, you would think that it would have the adverse effect and that he wouldn't be able to knock a guy out than knocking him out. So, anyways, so he lost to Gegard Mousasi. He lost to Jacare Souza by TKO. He defeated Dan Henderson in a rematch by KO. Chris Weidman beat him by TKO. He defeated Dan Henderson before that by KO. He defeated Luke Rockhold with a crazy KO back at UFC on FX8. He defeated Michael Bisping with that nasty TKO. John Jones beat him by a key lock. Makes me want to have a key lime pie. And Rumble Johnson defeated him with a rear naked choke back in 2012. I mean, no, he defeated Anthony Rumble Johnson with the rear naked choke. What am I talking about? He lost to him, no. And then Anderson Silva had beat him by KO. I would like to see a rematch with them two, but that probably will never happen now. You know, so he actually lost to Dan Henderson once by unanimous decision. Overeem beat him by unanimous decision, and he beat him by guillotine choke. Tito Ortiz beat him by split decision. Randy Couture beat him by TKO, but he did defeat Randy Couture the first time by TKO by a cut. He lost to Chuck Liddell by decision. I mean, we all know there's all this history with this guy. He's been fighting since 1996, so, and he's 40 years old now. Crazy. He's been fighting for a long time. And I just feel that Nate's going to get him. He's going to catch him. And he's got 14 wins by submission, 6 rear naked choke, 3 armbar, guillotine, arm triangle, heel hook, and 2 triangles with 12 knockouts. He's got a baker's dozen, and it'll be his Elite 13 with the 13th KO when he gets over Vitor Belfort at UFC 212 down in Brazil, baby. I believe this is going to be an extremely exciting fight. I am, if you haven't checked out my predictions on the next 2 fights for this event, I do separate predictions and previews for each fight that takes place. And for, before this fight, I've picked 6 Brazilians so far, so it's not like I have a thing against Brazilians or anything. I picked the fighter who I think is best suited to win, and I believe that Nate is going to win. He hasn't talked anything about retirement, and he has them diesel hands. Nate the Great is going to win at UFC 212. If you agree with me, let me know down below in the comments section. And if you disagree with me, let me know. If you think Victor is going to win by KO, TKO, submission, or decision, let me know that you think Victor is going to win that way and why you think he's going to win. Share the video with your family and friends. And make sure to slap that like button like a pimp if you like my prediction and like this video. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure to punch that subscribe button into submission if you haven't subscribed yet to Joe's Madness. Thanks for watching. Combat Sports is awesome, and you guys are amazing.